You're listening to The John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris, brought to you in part by the all-new radiotravelgroup.com. And Mr. Ferris, how are you today?
Yeah, what you were just saying there. Never travel without your radio.
Yeah.
Always have radio.
You know, lately I have traveled with a radio, which is kind of, it's a little tiny transistor
You
radio.
own about 207.
I know. It's a cute little one that I bring with me now.
You're a hobbyist.
I am.
You're a hobbyist. Frank Bonner, who unfortunately we just lost last year, his birthday today. You know, Herb Tarlick, WKRP.
Yeah.
I loved his suit coats. You know, those were actually like sofa patterns.
Yeah, they were fabrics.
Fabric for like sofas and car seats.
I've known more than one dude who dresses like that.
I know.
Over the years.
But they were trying to find the ugliest suits they could get, and they finally had them custom made.
And I've worked with more than one sales rep who's exactly like Herb Tarlick.
Anyone who's worked in radio has worked with at least one.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they are out there. Former voice of the Affleck Duck, actor, comedian Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, yeah.
66 today.
I do love him.
I heard him on a video where it was like his regular voice, and it really kind of threw me for a loop, because I'm like, wait a minute, what?
I don't know that I've ever heard his regular
like
voice.
That. He's got that thing. And it was just him talking. I'm like, wait a minute, what the?
You know, he did a season of Saturday Night Live, and he never once did the eye squint or.
Oh, really?
Yep, no. It's just.
Oh, I don't know that I've ever heard his regular voice.
Of his persona. Okay, John.
That's crazy.
I'm not best friends with Gilbert.
I'll go check it out. I didn't know that.
You can ask me all the questions you want.
I will.
He's been doing a podcast for years, though, like so many people, called Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast.
Yeah.
Interested in what Gilbert's up to.
He should do sleep tapes. You're getting very sleepy.
Absolutely fell in love with this actress when I first, I guess, came across her in the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin. She married Navin Johnson.
Yes, she
Bernadette
did.
Peters.
I love Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette is 74 today.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
All 5'3" of her. She's just a teensy-weensy little thing.
She is so tiny.
Let's see, it was 1983, speaking of film, television, etc. It was this day. Holy cow, it's been that long, huh? The final TV episode of MASH, a 2-hour special, airs, titled Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen. CBS, viewed by a record 125 million in the United States alone.
Is that still the record for?
Well, back then, that was about half the population just in the United States.
And we just lost Hot Lips Houlihan yesterday.
Yeah.
The original.
She just passed away.
From the movie, Sally Kellerman. Yeah, she was 84. The movie, I had read the book, then saw the movie, loved it, and was actually a little let down by the TV series. I would tune it in, but it wasn't near as edgy, because it couldn't be, because it's on network television.
Well, and the thing that's weird, MASH, the TV show, actually lasted longer than the Korean War conflict did, which I thought was weird. I'm like, oh, wow, that's pretty crazy.
Let's see, 1646. I love this story so much. I love the fact that way back then people would actually write this stuff down so we could talk about it now. 1646. A gentleman by the name of Roger Scott is arrested, then tried in a court of law in Massachusetts for falling asleep in church.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're a little hardcore back then.
Can you imagine getting arrested for that?
Again, well, my dad would be serving life. He'd snore right through Father Hammer's entire deal. I think the Latin knocked him out. We were Catholics, yeah. In 1909, finally this day, the first National Women's Day is observed in the United States, organized by the Socialist Party of America in honor of the 1908 Women's Garment Workers' Strike, where the ladies protested against working conditions.
Wow.
And, side note, there were, in fact, no sandwiches made that day.
Yikes.
I know.
He just likes to go there.
Then folk just kind of stared at each other's shoes and went, geez, I don't know. I'm sorry for something.
I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I'm sorry.
Just sorry. I know, we all know. We just bounce forward here.
All right, we're going to do that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris, brought to you in part by radiotravelgroup.com.
The Vegas Travel Center is offering 3 days and 2 nights accommodations to Vegas. They'll completely waive the package price. Plus, you get tickets to your choice of activities as well as meals. Jump on this now. Obviously, a deal like this isn't going to last. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't miss out. Just call 605-210-5220 and they'll get you set up for a great getaway. Call now for this special radio offer. 605-210-5220. That's 605-210-5220.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. We're going to brighten your day right now with some positive news. We have Lindsay Fassold joining us right now from Project 8. And Lindsay and I had a chance to chat a little bit ahead of time, so I'm a little bit familiar. But Lindsay, for folks that are not familiar with Project 8, let's talk about what you do and what your mission is.
Oh, thank you. Well, Project 8, it's a human trafficking victims recovery program. And what we focus on is using art and sewing therapy to help survivors as they're coming out and going into the long journey of recovery. We use sewing and crafting as a way to help them therapeutically. And
this is something that you started a while ago, but it's kind of new in this area, right?
That's correct. Yeah, I started it down in Florida about 8 years ago. And when my family relocated, we decided we were going to bring the program with us up here to South Dakota.
And it's, like I said, kind of new in this area, but it's a program that's kind of a program that has some legs. It's been there a while. People, the people involved in it know what they're doing. And you've got your first actual event in South Dakota coming right up, don't you?
Yeah. Lourdes Lattes was kind enough to host the event for us. So it's on March 12th at 11. We have a limited amount of spots just because we have a limited amount of machines. But it's something we plan on doing monthly. And at these events, what you get to do is bring your friends together. We provide the machines, the materials, the lesson. You get to come have fun and learn a little bit about how you can proactively help in the fight against human trafficking.
And March 12th sounds like a long ways away, but today's the last day of February. That's literally next Saturday. So if this is something you want to be a part of, do people sign up in advance or they just show up? How does that work?
So we want people to make sure that they register so that we can have all the materials that we need. Like I said, there's 10 spots, but they can go to our website, which is project8.us. and register. And if it gets filled up, don't worry, because we're going to host another one next month and the next month, and as long as we can do it.
Again, project8.us, and it's the actual number 8, project8.us. And you'll see a thing on here that says sip and sew, and very easy to register. I'm clicking through right now, and you get all the details there. If somebody would like to get involved, is there a fee to be involved, or how does this work?
So each of the projects costs something different. We try and keep it fairly low, around $35. But the great part about it is all of the proceeds go back into Project 8. So anything that we make actually then helps to provide the victims who go through this program with their own sewing machine once they've completed a 6-week program. We give them a certificate, and then we try and help them to use these skills that they have, not as just therapy, but even getting into jobs and things like that, using these techniques that they've used to start a new life.
And this is one of those things that a lot of people don't even realize how big of a category this is, or how many people are in this particular space, because it's one of those things that people don't talk about. So it's kind of in the shadows, and we're kind of left in the dark. But there are a lot of people that are in this area that are struggling with this, aren't there?
There are. Actually, in 2020, over 10,000 phone calls were made to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, and that resulted in over 16,000 individuals that were victims of this crime. So it's happening in our own backyard. Sioux Falls is growing rapidly, which a lot of times can cause situations like this to take place. A lot of youth, a lot of technology that makes it more accessible. So the more educated everybody can be, the more that we have a chance in this fight.
And if this is something you're dealing with and you need a resource, reach out to Project 8. Again, if there's a way to get the help that you need, that's the thing to do. Make sure you do that. Again, their website, project8.us, project the number 8.us. Lindsay, thank you so much for the time today, and also thank you for doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you, and thanks for just bringing a spotlight on this, and hopefully it can be a positive thing that we're trying to do and change.
Absolutely. As you have other events in the future, keep us in mind. We'll gladly chat again.
Great. Thanks so much, John.
Absolutely. Again, Lindsay with Project 8, Mending Souls, a stitch at a time, project8.us. Again, it's the number 8, project8.us.
It's Bernie Carrick, former New York City Police Commissioner. If you own a gun, you need to check out StopBoxUSA.com, the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home and get instant, reliable access to that gun. It's an awesome weapon retention product, especially if you have little kids at home or frequent visitors. Get access to your gun in under a second. StopBox is the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home.
Use discount code RADIO to save 10% at StopBoxUSA.com.
You need to check out StopBoxUSA.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Monday?
I find this interesting. There's a company called Good Hire.
Okay.
And they have spent the last year or so compiling data from 155 cities across the country where are the most affordable places to live.
Oh, nice.
They compiled data, set these rankings with information used from U.S. Census Bureau, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Bureau of Economic Analysis, and the U.S. Department of Commerce. So some pretty serious stuff went into this whole thing.
Yeah.
And they looked at wage growth, unemployment rates, job growth, percentage of jobs open, renter affordability, homeowner affordability, real per capita personal income, and the list goes on and on. Then they boiled it down.
Things here, yeah.
Yeah, and what I have here are the top 10.
All right.
Top 10 most affordable cities to live and work. And I found this interesting.
Are we on the list?
Number 10, Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Okay.
This one surprises me. Salt Lake City, Utah.
Number 9.
Number 9 for affordability. Ogden, Clearfield, Utah. So
Okay.
Utah twice. In fact, they got another one coming up here. Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, Arkansas.
All right.
I think Arkansas they'd pay you to live there, but Charleston, North Charleston, South Carolina. I've heard nothing but good things about Charleston.
Oh, yeah.
I have
several years.
Us too. We've got friends who said you've got to come to Charleston.
Yeah,
with
we're going to
us.
go visit sometime.
Well, let's
Yeah.
go right after the show.
Oh,
Let's do it.
Jump a plane. Number 5 for affordability in this country is Huntsville, Alabama.
nice.
Madison, Wisconsin's at number 4, but it's lousy with hippies.
There's a lot of squirrels there, too.
That's what I just said.
That's what you said. Okay.
6 of one, half a dozen the other, John. Provo, Utah's at number 3.
Oh, wow. Utah's in 3 times then.
Yeah, I didn't see this coming.
Wow.
Reno, Nevada kicks in at number 2 for affordability.
Oh, Reno.
And the number 1 out of the 155 cities raked over the coals on this, Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Nice.
Literally number 1.
Great. That's fantastic.
I didn't see that coming. I just
Here's the
didn't.
thing that's going to happen, though. We put out lists like this, and more people start moving here, and it's going to get harder and harder to find a place. And we're not going to be on the list much longer. It's going to be so affordable.
It's happening.
I know.
Huge. And in fact, the influx of people, I think, over the next 20 years, what are we at? I think we
Over
just broke 200,000.
Yeah.
I think next 10, 20 years, we're going to add another probably 50 to 70.
Yeah,
easily.
probably.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
there is.
It's a good place to live. That's why we're here.
The most expensive
Ooh, yeah.
cities, no surprise. I'll just do a couple of them. Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh, wow.
I've been there, but don't remember buying anything. Why Bakersfield, California would be number 3 on most expensive is beyond me.
Huh.
Just a little town between L.A. and Vegas, basically. You stop there for gas and grab a sandwich.
That's why it's so expensive. It's hard
I
to get
guess.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Hartford, Connecticut at number 2.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that doesn't
Ladies and gentlemen,
surprise
the
me.
most expensive city to live in the United States of America, Los Angeles,
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that
I was
doesn't
expecting
surprise
it
me
to
at
be
all.
New York,
California.
New York.
New York actually is at number 8.
Nice. Well, very nice. Dan, thank you for that.
So, hey, we to keep things reined in here, Sioux Falls. That's kind of cool
That's
information.
fantastic.
I'm going to throw a little pitch out there. If you know somebody that you think would be an amazing person to live in the city of Sioux Falls, I'm going to get that little list from Dan. I'm going to post it on our social media. You share that with them, and then also tell them if they're going to move here, they should call Brent Baker because he can help them
Brent
find
Baker?
a house.
Oh, yeah.
Until Brent sets them up.
And Kursky Insurance
You-
for
you-
all their insurance needs.
You and the fam can stay with John and Heidi.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
No.
I actually...
Do not call John because that will be an option.
Yeah, John will pick you up at the bus stop.
Remember a couple years ago when I offered that to somebody and Heidi was going to kill me?
Yeah.
It was like the week of
Almost
Thanksgiving.
were living on the street. Yes.
Well, you can come stay with us for a bit. She's like, she's in the other room. She goes, no, they can't.
But honey,
They were strangers.
they're a total stranger. Why can't they be
I
here?
talked to him on the phone once. It was a wrong number, but he seemed like a nice guy. All right, Dan, thanks for that, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. No, actually, that'd be a fun station promo. Someone wants to relocate here. Yeah, you can stay with the Sunny
encourage him
until you get up and on your feet.
Shacking up with the Smalls. Register today.
Be fantastic.
All right, you got to send that to me, Dan. I'm going to post it at.
Will do. Coming right up, John. Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming in. I'll post it at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
At bettercreditcards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. Why pay more interest than you need to? We have cards with amazing points and perks. If you're not a point person and just want the lowest interest rate, you can find those too at bettercreditcards.com. You can also find credit cards designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card. Give yourself a little credit at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, February 28th, 2022. The major indices fell to new lows last week, but buyers stepped in on Thursday and Friday to buy the dip. The S&P 500 ended the week well off its low and above the key 4,300 level. The move confirms support at the bottom of a trading range and may lead to higher prices this week, but there is still risk ahead. There is still a concern in Russia, and the earnings outlook is dimming. Plus, the NFP report will be out on Friday. If the S&P 500 can continue to rally this week, it will need to get above the short-term 30-day moving average, which is near 4450 to be in the clear. Even so, there is the risk of resistance at the December lows near 4500, so it's no time for investors to be complacent. If the market cannot get above the combined resistance of the short-term moving average and the 4500 level, investors should brace for a retest of the recent lows. You can get the inside track in your inbox at marketbeatminute.com.